Hello, myself Professor Divte Balbhim Bappurao, working as Associate Professor in Department of Mathematics, HPT Arts and Arokya Science College, Nasik. Dear students, today we'll discuss application of Thomis function topic. Here on screen I am showing graph of fx equal to x square, gx is equal to e raised to 1 by x for x not equal to 0. If you observe the graph of fx equal to x square, it is continuous everywhere, there is no break. So function is continuous at every real number. E raised to 1 by x graph is also continuous at every point at which it is defined. In this topic, we are going to study continuity of Thomis function. So for that purpose, firstly we revise the concept of function, its domain, codomain, range, types of functions, etc. Because basic concepts are very important. I observe that students are solving difficult examples, proves difficult theorems, but they were unable to discuss the basic concepts of mathematics. For example, if I ask the question whether in set of real number are there prime numbers, students gives answer yes. What are the natural prime numbers? There are also prime numbers in set of real number too. So they are giving answers 2, 3, 5, 7, 11 and so on, which are our usual prime numbers. In set of integers, we have concept of divisibility, but in set of real numbers we are not studying concept of divisibility. We are just studying the concept of addition and multiplication operation on set of real numbers. Then why we are not studying subtraction operation? A minus b is written as a plus minus b. So I can write subtraction in terms of addition. Similarly, in set of real numbers, if I divide real number a by non-zero real number b, then I can write a divided by b is equal to a into 1 upon b, where 1 by b is also real number. And as why division is expressed in terms of multiplication, so division has no meaning while talking about the real number set. Our concept of even numbers, odd numbers, prime numbers depends on divisibility concept, and there is no such division operation in field. Set of real numbers, set of rational numbers, set of complex numbers are fields. So there must not be concept of prime numbers, even number, odd numbers, etc. So when we learn some definition, we have to learn it briefly. We have to understand its concept in depth. We are studying prime numbers in 3rd, 4th standard. After the concept of set of natural number, we come across the rational number set, real number set in 8th standard. In that classes, We are not studying concept of prime numbers, even numbers, odd numbers, or least common multiple, greatest common divisor of real numbers. We are not asking the question, divide one real number by other, find quotient and remainder. But instead of natural number, we have done all those things. Then why? So these concepts are not there in set of real numbers. So if you try to understand those things, then you learn that definitions carefully. At FYPC level also, in algebra courses, we are teaching the topic integers, and in calculus, we are studying concept of real numbers. In integer topic, we are talking about divisibility concept, prime number, find greatest common divisor, least common multiple, etc. But in real number, we are not studying those concepts. Rather than that, we are studying bounded set, least upper bound, greatest lower bound of sets, etc. So if you try to understood those concepts at that level and ask those questions to our teachers, then we can understand or clear those definitions. Otherwise, we are just making practice of solving the examples. So now here I have plotted the function fx equal to x square. See here, if I take image of -1 and 1, their images is 1. So different two elements have same image, their function is not 1, 1. If I take it as a function from set of real numbers to real numbers, then its range becomes just close interval, close open interval 0 infinity, which is not whole set R. So treating it as a function from R to R, it must not be onto function. So it is not bijective. So what concept you have studied, always apply that concepts for every function. Whether it is continuous, whether it is differentiable, whether it is twice differentiable, or is it integrable, etc. Our interest is to discuss continuity of Thomis function. So for that we must know concept of continuous function, discontinuous function, etc. So firstly, I explain what is meant by continuous function. If I consider some real function defined in neighborhood of real number a, then that function is said to be continuous at a if whenever x is very near to a implies f of x must be near to f of a. In sequential continuity form, whenever we have any sequence xn which converges to a, must implies f of xn converges to f of a. So what is its negation? Function is discontinuous at C if it is either not defined at C, or if we are able to find a sequence xn converges to C, but f of xn doesn't converge to f of C. We require those concepts of continuity to discuss the continuity of Thomis function. Now, here we have some natural questions. Is there any function which continues at only finite number of points? Is there any function which is discontinuous throughout R? Is there a function which is continuous at infinite number of points and discontinuous at infinite number of points in R? So if I take constant function, polynomial function, trigonometric function, sin x, cos x, they are continuous at every real number. If I take rational function, which is one polynomial upon other polynomial, it is not defined at zeros of denominator. For that, zeros, if we assign separate values, then we can talk about their continuity also. So whenever the limit of that rational function at zeros of denominator exists, but that limit doesn't coincide with that assigned value, then function becomes discontinuous at that zero. So rational functions are not defined at zeros of denominator, and hence those functions must be discontinuous at zeros of denominator. So such type of rational function becomes only discontinuous at finite number of points. If I take now tan x, which is sin x upon cos x, or sec x, which is 1 upon cos x, those functions are not defined at odd multiples of pi by 2, because cos of odd multiple of pi by 2 is 0. Cos pi by 2, cos 3 pi by 2, cos minus pi by 2, cos minus 3 pi by 2 are zeros. So tan x or sec x are not defined at those points, and hence those functions are discontinuous at those points, even though if I assign some value to those points for that function. Same thing for cot x, cosec x. These functions will become discontinuous at multiples of pi. And all those numbers are multiples of pi, means integral multiples of pi, odd multiples of pi by 2, integral multiples of pi by 2. Set of integers is countable set. So those functions are discontinuous at only countable number of points. Now our aim is to find a function which is discontinuous at every rational number and continuous at every irrational number. So there is such function. In literature we find such function which is unique, which is nothing but Thomis function. So what is Thomis function? Its graph is shown here. Here I have taken domain for Thomis function to be set of positive real numbers, that is open interval 0 to infinity. And it is defined as follows. Hx is equal to 1 by n if x is a rational number in the form m by n in simplest form, that is clearing, cancelling common factor in numerator and denominator. What form we are getting for that rational number, it is to be m by n. And I will assign value 0 for every irrational number. This function is defined by Thomi. Clearly, this Thomis function takes values in only close interval 0, 1, so it is bounded function naturally. It must not be onto function. Is it 1, 1? As it is not onto, so it is not bijective. Is it 1, 1? So just if I take the values, say 1 by 3, 2 by 3, 5 by 3, 7 by 3, or any prime number divided by 3, the numerator and denominator have only common factor, which is 1, so it is in simplest form. So if I take p by n, whatever your prime number p may be, then its image will become 1 by n. So there are countable number of points which are assigned to 1 by n, finite or countable number of points, and that's why function is not 1, 1. So see, here we are discussing continuity of Thomis function, but in mind I am asking question about whether function is 1, 1, onto, bijective, etc. Our main aim is to discuss its continuity. We are going to prove that it is discontinuous at every rational number and continuous at every irrational number. So first we will discuss continuity of that function at rational number. So if you take arbitrary rational number c, then it is written in simplest form p by q, means p and q has no common factor other than 1. GCD of p and q is 1. Now we know that set of rational numbers, set of irrational numbers are dense in set of real numbers. Means if I take a neighborhood of any real number, it is some interval, it contains rational as well as irrational number. So by sequential criterion for dense set, it is always possible to find sequence of rational number and sequence of irrational number which converge to any real number. So in that way, take the sequence xn of irrational number which converge to C. Now xn are irrational numbers, so their images are 0. H of xn becomes 0. So h of xn becomes constant sequence and hence its limit is 0, which converges to 0. But C is p by q, therefore h of c is 1 by q. So limit of h of xn, which is 0, not equal to h of c equal to 1 by q. Therefore, Thomis function is discontinuous at every irrational number. Now we will discuss its continuity at rational number. Continuity at irrational number now. So take B to be arbitrary irrational number in set A. Here I am taking just positive numbers. We know that function is continuous at B if for given epsilon greater than 0 there exists positive real number delta greater than 0 such that mod of x minus b less than delta implies mod of hx minus h of b must be less than epsilon. So take epsilon greater than 0. Then by Archimedean property I can find some positive integer n naught such that 1 upon n naught is smaller than epsilon. For this n naught, there are only finitely many rational numbers having denominator n naught, and those rational number lies between b minus 1 to b plus 1. For this, n naught, for delta greater than 0, I can find n naught so that 1 by n naught is again less than delta. So if I take b minus delta to b plus delta interval, then that contain only finitely many rational numbers with denominator n. With denominator n and n is greater than n naught. So whenever mod of x minus b less than delta, then mod of hx minus hb, x lies between b minus delta to b plus delta, h of x must be 1 by n. So we'll get h of b is 0. So mod hx minus hb equal to 1 by mod hx, which is 1 by n less than 1 by n naught, and that 1 by n naught is less than delta. Therefore, by epsilon delta definition of continuity, h must be continuous at every irrational number b. So we proved that Thomis function is continuous at every irrational number and discontinuous at every